Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 13 and today we have got some pretty big and pretty ambitious plans. I mean, these things, you know, they're pretty huge, basically. What we're planning to do today is going to be a fairly big one. Of course, we've been working on the mob spawner and obviously the killing platform and all that sort of thing. And in today's episode, we are going to be working in that area, but not on anything technical. Of course, so far it's been pretty much 100% functionality. We've done the mob spawner. The mob spawner is looking fantastic. That's all hooked up with Redstone. It's all looking good. We've done about half of the killing platform. We still don't have any of the item collection systems, but as you can see up there, that is it. That is our gigantic mob spawner, and it is looking good. I mean, of course, we still have that strange lighting glitch, which is making this look extremely dark, but it's looking good. I'm really happy with the way that the mob spawner is looking. I'm glad about the blocks that I chose to use and the way that I've done everything. And in today's episode, we are sort of just going to be adding to that. We're going to be adding things around our mob spawner and basically making it look a tiny bit better. I'm very excited for this one. This is where my base is going to begin to come together. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but hopefully it should be interesting. So the first thing that I've got to do in today's episode is I've got to whip open my ridiculous resource chest. I mean, check out how many resources we have now. We've got loads and loads of redstone, loads of coal. We've got a ton of diamonds. To be quite frankly honest with you, I've got way more diamonds than I expected to have this early on. So that's good news. And we're actually going to be taking a bunch of those over into the shopping district because we're going to be doing some shopping. You know, we don't have to go out and mine things anymore on the Hermitcraft server because other people do that for us. Okay, mining's for peasants. That's what I heard anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our diamonds through into the shopping district and we're just going to splash them. We're going to splash them on a bunch of blocks and a bunch of different items that we're going to need for today's build. So hopefully we can get all of the things that we need. So this is where we need to be. It's a place called Silk Touched and inside it has got all of the Silk Touched blocks. And we're going to need some of this stuff. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yes, that is absolutely excellent news. We're going to need a bunch of it. Yes, I'm going to pick up 10 stacks of packed ice right here. Hopefully, that should be enough. If not, you know, I've got a buffer. I would pay up to 20 diamonds for 20 more stacks, even though there isn't quite that much. But I think that should be enough. For now, anyway, I think that should be enough. So that's absolutely perfect. I'm glad that was in there. I was a little bit nervous that wasn't going to be there because that would have ruined all of my projects for today's episode. So we've got the packed ice. Now all we need is birchwood slabs, we need sandstone, and that's it. We just need birch and sandstone. That's nice and easy. Cool. Resources gathered. I'm not even buying that stuff. I can mine that stuff. Let's do it. And 3, 2, 1, boom. Progress update. I have got my arms up in the air because as you can see, resource gathering has been completed. And we have got a ton of stuff. Like, seriously, we have just got tons of stuff. I don't even know what I've been doing, but I have just got loads and loads of blocks. We've got tons of packed ice. We've got loads and loads of birchwood slabs. That's going to be perfect. And we have got a bunch of sandstone as well. And as I mentioned early on, birch, sandstone, birch, upside down slabs, compressed ice, upside down sandstone slabs. That's basically how this design is going to be going. You probably don't fully understand what that means or what I'm actually going to be building, but trust me, in my head this thing looks fantastic. It looks amazing, and hopefully it looks this good in person. If it doesn't, I think I'll cry a little bit, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that this should be enough to build what I have in mind. I would be very surprised if it's not. Like, I would actively fall off my chair during today's episode if we run out of resources here, because this should be enough to build 2 or 3 of the things that I've got planned. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to pick up all of this stuff. Yep, grab that and that. And I will take it over to our building location, chuck down this little chest right here, and basically stock up all the resources ready to get going. So the first plan of action is we're going to work out the length of this thing, plus a couple blocks on either end. And I'm actually approaching the end here. Now, the reason that I'm doing this is because, of course, I'm going to be building a circle. You guys most probably guessed it. You know, I'm pretty predictable. I love my circles in Minecraft, despite the fact that they're a massive pain in the backside. I think they look absolutely fantastic. So I can't wait to get a nice big circle going around this thing. A nice big circular base. Should look brilliant. But anyway, we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have used, if I can do some quick fire maths in my head right here, we have used 39 blocks. So that is the length, that is the radius of our circle, or at least is the diameter of our circle. So now I'm going to chuck that into a circle generator and essentially build this thing all the way around. So I just generated it, and it turns out that the total block count is 152, which is around about 2 and a bit stacks. I feel like I went... I've gone way overboard with my quantity of birchwood slabs. Oh well, you can never have too many. So according to the circle generator, I have now done 1/4 of this thing. This is 1/4 of the circle so far, and I think I've done everything right. I mean, I feel like I've done everything right. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need another 4, just like that. And then we need 2 3s, 5 2s, then 2 3s, 1 4, 1 4. Yeah, that's basically how it goes. It's actually like quite a simple little circle that we have here. Obviously, this is the inside ring. We're going to have an outside ring as well. We're not just going to have this one ring right here. But I feel like I can actually do this one. Damn it. I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. I must have put... I know what I've done. I know what I've done, I think. Is that what I've done? Yeah, that's definitely what I've done. Essentially, I put in the radius of the circle, or the diameter of the circle, thinking that that was like the inside diameter. But it turns out it includes the outside blocks, which means that if I were to continue this on, I would be 2 blocks too short. So our circle is 2 blocks smaller than it was meant to be. And that means that, of course, we've got to do the old dismantle job. Goodbye, circle. You were doing so well as well. I did that perfectly. I did not miss a block. Absolutely gutted. I'm actually a spoon. I'm actually a full-on spoon, ladies and gents. Look. Up at the top there, that was my measurement blocks, yeah? As you can see, they start from there. Look where I've started my circle. I've started it 1 block further out. Just look at this perfect little arch that I've created here, going right the way around. And then I had a bit of a brain fuddler. How on earth that happened, I asked. How has that come about? How have I done that wrong? Oh, dismantle job number 2. Let's get to it. Ah, no! I fell off the edge! I fell off the edge! I plummeted to the ground. Oh, that was not good. That was caused by lag, to be honest with you. You'll see when I go back up to the top. Basically, I was going along just fine. I was absolutely A-okay, and then I placed down a slab. It then did that laggy thing where it drops a block. And unfortunately, I fell right the way down to the ground, which is my first death. Oh, that's my first death with the Mumbo Jumbo account. Oh, that's such a shame. Anyway, I'm going to quickly grab some food, then run over to where my items are, and hopefully, like, none of them have despawned. I highly doubt they have, but stressful. There it is, the slab that did me in. This one right here. It's the one. This is the one that killed me. Basically, I think what happened was I was standing on top of it as it went down, and I was holding shift, but obviously that meant that briefly I was airborne, and that allowed me to fall off the edge. I was wondering how I flew off the edge when I was holding shift, but that looks like that was the case. Get out of here. Go down to the ground where you belong. I hope you despawn in pain. It happened again! It actually just happened again. I refuse. I really... I'm actually getting angry now because, like, it's just not my fault. I don't really know what to do. Calm. Calm. It's so frustrating when you're doing something and you are dying just because of lag. And I know for a fact as well that there are like a million zombies down there. And there's just tons of creepers and everything. So I'm probably not actually going to be able to do this. And I probably won't be able to get my items, which... it's not on, really. It's not on. In other news, in like a slightly more upbeat note, look how cool it looks. It looks really cool at the minute, but let's just sort of walk over to probably my death again. Let's prepare to die again. I can feel it in my bones that that's what's about to happen. Yep. There's already a zombie en route. Okay, let's pick up my items real nice and quick. Please don't pick up my items. Please don't pick up my items. Please don't pick up my items. What have I actually got? I've got my sword. Okay, I think we should be able to do that. Good. Okay, I've got some of my armor. Let's just chuck that on. Okay, right. I'm feeling a little bit more confident right now. Now it's time to pick up the slabs. If I lose the slabs, I will be mad. I will be seriously mad. There's my spoon. Okay, good. good. Okay, so we just about managed to do it. If that happens again, though, I am quitting. I'm going to quit. Maybe. I probably won't. I'll probably just get angry into the microphone again, but I'm just going to say that to sound dramatic. Ugh. So after 3 rebuilds and 2 deaths, the circle is now completed. And I have to say, that was probably one of the most painful circles to build I have ever done in Minecraft. Seriously, one of the most painful experiences of my life. But it's done now, so we should be able to put that behind us and basically crack on with the other bits that I've got to do. So first things first, I'm going to clear out my inventory of slabs. We still have a bunch of them, that's good. I actually thought we had a lot less than that, so that's perfect. Good to see there. We're going to pick up the sandstone and also a few birchwood slabs because we're going to be creating the area above these. So this is the bottom layer, then we're going to have a line of sandstone going right the way around, then a line of birchwood slabs up at the top, and that is going to be like the safety guard going around the edge. We're getting there, almost done. Birchwood slabs there, all the way across to this point right here. Okay, so there we go. Those are the birchwood and the sandstone in. That looks really, really good. That looks really good. I'm completely chuffed with that. Okay, so next up, we've got to take out that block right there because apparently we've run out of space. Chuck down that block right there. And now we're going to be whipping out the packed ice for the first time. So I'm going to be chucking away all this stuff and the Expo because I don't actually have any arrows on me right now, and this bucket of water, and these stone slabs. And why do I have this much chicken? Well, why do I have this much chicken? There's loads of chicken here. Right, we'll get rid of all of that, and we'll chuck some packed ice into my inventory because now we're going to start work on like the inner detail layer. So that is going to be going around this side because this is the inside of the circle. So we're going to be walking around, just placing in all of the packed ice, and I've got to be extra careful on this stuff because it's slippery. Obviously, it's ice. It's very slippery, so the chances are I'm going to fly off the edge once again. You guys can look forward. And now that is all done as well, so we are making some serious progress here. You can see the packed ice going around underneath. It's a lovely block combination. I've always said this is one of my favourite block combinations in Minecraft, and it's something that I've sort of carried over from Hermitcraft Series 3, but we're not going to be using iron, and we're not going to be using as many stone slabs in this base. That's just one thing that I really want to point out. I'm going to try my best to focus on these sorts of colours here, because let's face it, they're absolutely gorgeous. So this is the packed ice circle. I am sort of wondering if I want to have it as a thick circle where we have these blocks here, or if I want to have it as a thin circle where we take out these ones, but we'll have to wait and see on that one, because what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to do the outer edge. So I'm going to calculate another circle with an added 5 blocks of radius, I guess. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're also going to have the block on the end. I'll have to wait and see on that one. I'll calculate that in a second. But basically, we're going to create the outer circle for our walkway that is going to be going right the way around here. So that is the plan at the minute. So the first bit of the outer circle has gone in place, as you can see right here. I just checked the radius to make sure that everything is on point, and it looks like it is because I am a professional circle builder, as you guys know. Yes, my previous experience in today's episode would suggest otherwise, but I can promise you I'm getting better at this whole thing. Now, the only thing that I will say is that I'm definitely going to be cutting the corners off this packed ice right here, because otherwise, you know, they're pretty much going to be touching at certain points, and I feel like that won't look that brilliant. I don't know, actually. It could look really good, because packed ice is a really nice looking block. It's a lovely colour, so it could end up looking really good. I guess it's one of those things that we can experiment with. We have so much packed ice. We have far too much packed ice. I did not need to buy that much. So maybe we could test it out. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. What I'll do now is I'll just continue building this circle. We'll worry about all that stuff when it comes to it. Okay guys, so I have just logged into my camera account to take a look at this thing from down below, and as you can see, it is looking grand and fantastic. There is the fella behind all of it. He's got a very broken neck. Oh boy, that is a mess. I'm going to get away from that thing. Well, that's going to give me nightmares. But yeah, as you can see, it is looking pretty brilliant. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks awesome. What a cool looking design, and it looks 10 times better than it did beforehand. It looks like some kind of crazy flying saucer thing. I love it. I'm actually just so happy with it right now. So what I'm going to do is, obviously this is just like the outside birch. Now we have to do pretty much what we did on this side. So we have to repeat that process right there on this side. So that means sandstone, and then the birch, and then the packed ice on the inside. And that will be pretty much all of the detailing done. And I'm still not 100% certain what I'm going to do about these corner blocks right here. I don't know if I'm going to have them on both sides. Oh, it's a difficult one, because I really like the way that quantity of packed ice looks. I don't want to overdo it though. And that's a bit of a challenge. Maybe I could have like one side where the corners are cut and one side where they aren't. Oh, this is difficult. This really is difficult. But I'm going to get on. I'm going to start building and let's start making some progress. Sandstone and birch is done. It's looking spacey. Very, very spacey. I mean, that looks like something out of Star Trek. I've never really watched Star Trek, which I know is going to cause a mass unsubscribing. I do apologise, but it was sort of like slightly before my time. I have watched the movies though. The movies are brilliant. But loving it. Absolutely loving it. So that, my friends, is that. Compressed ice is in. Pretty much all of the detail blocks are now in place. And as you can see on this side, I have gone for a cut corners theme. And on this side, we don't have the cut corners. Now, I don't really know what to do. I really don't know what to do. Because I really like the compressed ice. I feel like it might be too much if we have the full corners on both sides. We have these blocks in on both sides. That would be too much. If you look here, look how close that is. That's just not going to work. But part of me also thinks that it might be too little if we don't have, like, if we have cut corners on the inside as well. So I'm almost tempted to do like a combination of them both and have uncut corners on the inside and then cut corners on the outside. I think that would look quite good. Yeah, I feel like that would look quite good. So I think that's what I'm going to do for the minute. Obviously, we can change it if it does look a little bit rubbish. So I'm going to go down, grab my upside down sandstone slabs, and those are going to be going in this space down at the bottom here, and they're going to be half a block lower than the rest of this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a bit of a crisis. I'm having a serious crisis. First off, okay, I have added in the corner blocks on both sides, because when I placed in all of the sandstone and things like that, looking at it from afar, it just looks like a big sandstone disc. You really can't see much of the compressed ice, so I decided to change that up. So that's the first thing that's changed, despite the fact that I've been humming and hawing about that for the entire episode. Finally, I came to the decision, and it was just completely incorrect. So that's now fixed. The issue is that I don't know if I want to have birch, or if I want to have sandstone. I'll show you on the second account. So from down at the bottom here, I personally think sandstone looks considerably better because, of course, we have got birch on the underside of the outside. So if we take a look at it from like down on the floor, down here, whoa, there is lots of items down here, and they're all in the process of despawning. But as you can see, yeah, I definitely think the sandstone looks better. But then if you come out like over here, I still feel like sandstone looks better. I'm inside XP's house. I still, yeah, definitely. Sandstone is better. I don't know. I've been playing Minecraft for so long today, I've started to just lose the ability to differentiate between things. So maybe that could be the issue. But I definitely think sandstone looks better there. Excellent. That's the decision. We're going to be sticking with it. Let's get building. It happened again! It happened again! It happened again. It's happened 3 times now. I'm going to put my face through my desk. I'm going to put my face through my desk. I'm not. I like my desk too much. And I like my face too much as well. I wouldn't want to put it through that. But... oh. Ooh. Base looks good though, doesn't it? That is lovely. Well, that looks ominous, doesn't it? Oh, blimey. That looks like something out of War of the Worlds. Or Independence Day or other alien films. I don't know that many alien films, but that looks mega. Okay, so all of our slabs are now in place. This entire thing is completed, and it looks pretty good from up here, but I'm yet to look at it on the second account, which is down on the floor. So let's hop on there. This is going to be the moment of truth. Does this look good, or does it look terrible? Let's find out. And... boom. It's dark, but I think that looks really good. Yeah, I think that looks awesome. Cool. Okay, if it was light, I think it would look 10 times better, because obviously this thing isn't currently lit up, but that looks fantastic. Oh, it looks so cool. It looks like something out of like the crazy modern times. I've said lots of alien films and Star Trek and stuff. I feel like I should vary it up, maybe like Star Wars. It doesn't really look that Star Warsy though. It just looks crazy. I'm very happy with it. Right, okay, now what we have to do is we have got to do the top layer up at the top right here. This is all going to be sandstone. This is going to be our proper walkway going right the way around. And then that will be this project all done and dusted. And just like that, everything is all completed. There we go. So we have got a big sandstone walkway going right the way around. I have to say, this is a little bit plain and boring. I mean, it's not mind-blowingly amazing. Like, all of this sandstone now, it's almost becoming a little bit too much. So maybe in the next episode of Hermitcraft, we will vary things up a little bit. Obviously, in the future, we are going to have things going on in this area here. We're going to have like storage systems. Obviously, all of the mob drops from this area here are going to come across, and they're going to be item elevated up. We're probably going to have storage around here. So it's not going to be quite as sandstony, but yeah, I definitely feel like we need to vary up the colors a tiny bit on this walkway here, because as I say, it is a little bit plain and boring. But unfortunately, ladies and gents, that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Hermitcraft. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'll see you later.